This is beautiful. It's definitely not going to show up as good on camera. It's like slightly metallic. That's nice. And look who decided to show up. Extra battery in here, some shoes, drone, a backpack full of more. And it's crazy that all of my stuff fits in the sub trunk. So I literally don't have to use the trunk, and my makeshift bed is still completely fine. Don't have to use this area at all. First stop is down south in Manteca. We're going to be spending the day pretty much here. Hour drive, we're going to get there around 12, and we should be at 67%, 62 miles to get there. We'll see how accurate this is. Currently, I'm at basically a full battery. I'll be trying to drive around 65 to 75 miles the entire time, and I'll definitely be using some air condition. The Rivian first, and this is pretty cool. The owner of it has a Bolt and the truck and uses them both simultaneously. The front trunk is really big. I love it. I wish I had something this big in my Model 3. I at least wish the Model 3 had a powered frunk, which this one does have. Come on, Tesla. You have those auto-presenting door handles that are always out when the car's unlocked. Personally, I don't mind having them or not having them. The bed is really nice. You got some outlets back there. You also have a spare tire, which is really nice. Thinking about getting one for my Model 3, but just gotta find somewhere to put it. The truck is actually powering a band that was there playing as well. Now into the back, it looks really nice. It feels really quality. I don't know why, but even on the S and X, I'm not a huge fan of having a small screen in the back. You do have a nice 90-degree back window. You also have a glass roof, nice little hooks, and USB-C charging. The speakers inside the headrest are actually pretty cool. The front also looks nice. I don't know why, but I really love wood on like dash. This is the Audi e-tron GT. It looks pretty sick. Side profile is really nice. It looks kind of like a coupe almost, but it has 4 doors. You can see it's obviously fully electric and has like 2 sensors in the front. Looking at the back, it looks pretty cool. I love the taillight that goes the entire trunk with. And again, I totally love the side profile. It reminds me so much of a coupe. The rear windows seem to only roll down as much as like Model 3 windows. I think that's common because of how the doors are shaped. But unlike the Model 3, it looks very well built. So the black trim around the windows is very nice. If you look really closely on the Model 3, it definitely does not look as good. And I'm telling you this from an owner's perspective. Like a coupe, the back seats seem to be really small, but the front seats seem to curve in where the legs are. So you might have some leg room down there. Now the steering wheel does look really nice. I love the flat bottom. Seems like you have 2 cup holders. On top of that, it looks like you have like a gear shifter, and then to the right you have a little storage bin, some panels, air vents, and above that some more buttons with a screen. Not terribly crowded, but I still prefer the minimalism of the Model 3, though this does look really nice. You have a functional air vent down here. You can see it kind of swoops with the body. Seems like it'll pass air from the front wheel along the entire body. And a quick look at what I call the buying sheet. And this is the Mustang Mach-E. So the owner says he loves the car, and this is the frunk. I don't know if it's powered or not, but it seems to be around the same size as the Model 3. Gonna be honest, not a huge fan of the look of the car. And this is just a side overview. Let's go inside. But after, of course, we look at the window sticker. So inside you have 2 screens, one in front of the steering wheel and one vertical. The interior just looks way too cluttered for me. All a matter of opinion, I'm not a huge fan of it. I do love the center console though and how open it is. I wish the Model 3 had more of an open center console, but overall it does seem pretty spacious and it's pretty cool. Now there are these little button things that are on the door and I didn't know what they were, so I thought I'd ask about them.
It's rubberized back here.
Oh, so you can just put your hand back it? Okay. That's sick.
I installed the kit to remove that, but the kit actually look kind of ugly.
Oh really?
Yeah, they had a lot of lines here, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Trim line.
Yeah, I got used to it. I mean, it kind of get used to
The push and pull.
I actually liked it how it was.
and when it pushes open, it pushes out.
Oh, see, it won't like wind can't close it or anything.
Push it if you want.
There's like an activator down here.
There's a plunger right here. So that pushes out of the way from the...
What are these numbers right here?
Yeah, if you don't have the key with you, if you don't have the phone, you can use that to get into it and then...
That's awesome. Okay, cool.
What I will miss though is the purr.
So my friends with Ceramic Garage here, if you need any detailing, make sure you go to them. They're super cool. And also this What the Frunk man. Haven't talked to him too much, but he's the owner of the Quick Bandit and he makes cool frunk stuff. Electric. The windows don't go down all the way on this one either. Pretty simple inside. Looks kind of like a normal car. It's got like a hatch design. Not much to put in here though, so you get very limited trunk space. I wonder what's in the frunk though. Got an e-Golf right here. Also looks like a normal car. You got your gear shifter. Looks pretty standard. We have the Ford F-150 Lightning. This is like the top tier edition. This frunk is massive. It is giant. It is huge. I wish I had this in my Model 3, but then it would be like 2 times bigger. So this is a huge trunk. I would love it to put all my drone stuff in. What I don't like that's huge is this charge port. I hate it. I love the older S and X charge ports where they're so small. I hate the huge chargers, and it's unfortunate that they're somewhat of a standard. We were talking about how this door on the F-150 Lightning is kind of broken because after a while I was told that the spring in it is not as strong and the door actually hits the body of the car. Now there are a lot of buttons in here, but there's so much space that the buttons don't feel overwhelming. It doesn't feel terribly cramped in here. The cabin is huge. You have like a normal gear shifter in here, even though it is electric. It is really cool how the shifting part can actually go down and make it super flat so you can work on there. You have basically the same screen that is in the Mustang Mach-e. Huge glass roof. It's a sunroof also, so it can open, which is really nice. I absolutely love that. Everything about this is just huge. It really does feel like a truck. And you have the bed with a nice lining. Also, don't forget about the outlets in the back. The Ioniq 5 is actually a car that I'm kind of interested in, but after hearing more about it from the owner that I talked to, I'm a little bit less interested. So, what are the good things? Well, maintenance is not costly at all. This is very common with electric vehicles, so it's nothing that's just for the Ioniq 5. He loves plugging it in, another feature of all electric vehicles, and a feature of most electric vehicles that he loves about this one is that it's quiet, smooth, and he's had multiple gas cars, but nothing quite as smooth as this one. Also loves the regen braking. I love the regen braking in my Tesla. What are the bad things about this? Software updates have to be done at a service center. They're not over the air update. They are free, but you have to go into a service center for it. He's had no software issues with it, but the last time he took it for a software update, it took him 2.5 hours that he had to wait at that dealership to get it updated. So that on its own is a complete deal breaker for me. Not only to mention the price of these have gone up. Might as well just buy a Tesla. I don't see anything that this offers that a Tesla wouldn't, other than like maybe the hatchback design over the Model 3. A little bit of space over the Model 3. But again, that is such a deal breaker. Software updates are not over the air, they're long, and navigation sucks. So it doesn't add charging stops into trips. He did mention though, he saw a YouTube video where someone did this, and he wants to implement it in his car. However, he has not been able to. I do like the looks of it a lot. I do like the space of it a lot, just not the price, not the non-over-air updates, and the navigation. This is an Ioniq 5 that was brought from a showroom, so we asked the guy some questions. Pretty clean inside. The rear wheel drive gets you 303 miles on a full charge. The all-wheel drive gives you 265 miles on a full charge. But keep in mind, what is that at 80%? Well, let's compare the Tesla Model 3 rear wheel drive with this Ioniq 5 rear wheel drive. The Tesla gives you about 270 miles, and this one gives you about 300 miles. 80% of the 300 though is going to bring you down to less than 250 miles. And since the Tesla has an LFP battery, I'm not sure if this one is, but I'm going to assume it doesn't. That means that the Tesla still has a greater range. Cool pixel design is everywhere. I love it so much, especially on the outside. You do have ventilated seats in the limited edition, which is a super nice feature. I wish I had that in my Model 3. The interface is clean and not clean at the same time. Again, I love the cabin. I love how the design of the interior is. I love the button placement. It is minimalistic and it is pretty well laid out. However, the screen is very laggy. It is so bad. It is completely unusable for me. It is just laggy and cluttered. The menu is just awful. It feels so bad. It feels like a very old user interface. I would hate to have to deal with that on a daily basis. There's lots of space for a backpack though. You can see in the middle and in like the little covered area. Now in the middle, you just got to worry about it sliding around if you're taking turns and such. The closed off space is very nice behind the cup holders though. My friend was saying that the hood is super heavy, not like the Model 3 where it's super light, and the frunk is tiny. It's basically just like a little shelf. It's so small. I would probably never use it if I had this car. Okay, so this Kia is really cool. It looks really similar to the Hyundai. Very similar. I do prefer the front end and the back end though. It looks really aggressive. I do like it a lot. Taillights are super nice. And the hatchback, of course, is always really nice. I don't really like the door handles though. They feel really heavy and are big. If they had an activator, that would help. Like the Hyundai, I believe, has an activator that pushes them out, but not a fan. It does look very similar to a Hyundai on the inside though, so there's that. And this is the Chevy Bolt EV, totally electric. I don't know too much about it except the fact that it is a steal, especially with all the incentives. It drops the price like crazy. So if you don't commute that much and you just want a car to like get around town and save money on, this for a new car is absolutely ridiculous. Super clean lineup. 3, 3, 3.
Tilting yesterday.
I don't know. Everyone's getting the screen tilt, man. Do you like it?
It's cool, you know? Especially with my kids, you know, when they want to watch something. You can also tilt it down with up and down. Goes every direction.
Do you like it a lot more than like the standard screen, like the flat screen, would you say?
I want to say the standard screen didn't bother me too much. What I noticed, my kids, they always leaning like this.
Yeah.
And that's what sold me. Was mad because my son was sitting here and watching YouTube like this. He said, hey, with the tilt screen and some like this buttons here, I also have to reach like this.
Oh yeah, I have to do that
because
too.
I lean back so far.
Yeah.
I like sitting really low.
Yeah, I have to do that too.
Now I
Okay.
don't have it anymore. It makes it easier to.
Yeah,
to
for
use,
sure.
Like
Controls and stuff.
Instagram when you drive.
Checking the stuff. Can you use the web browser when you're driving?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, when you were texting me, I used that one.
Oh,
The only thing is when you do like
damn.
a temporary picture,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
I can't open.
Oh, but like messages and stuff.
Yeah,
you can.
messages
That's sick. Okay. Cool. Yeah, no, I love this. This is sick. I love the gills. We're both matching. Yours are just colored. The rest of the time was mostly spent giving people rides. It was pretty fun. I don't know if I would do it again. It's always a little bit iffy about having just random people in my car, but it was a good experience and I didn't have any issues with anyone. Everyone was really polite, really nice, really kind, asked a lot of questions. So that was really cool. I didn't let anyone drive my car. There were some people that did let them drive their car. I'm not comfortable with that. So I just gave test rides, not test drives. The next event though, I didn't get much footage of that, though did get a lot of aerial footage. You can check that out. It's in the description below the like button from the DJI Avata. The first time flying it at an event. So that was really fun. I kind of flew it towards the end. So there weren't that many cool cars, but all of our Teslas were there. We had a really nice lineup. And I'll include a few pictures that I took from the event. Mostly, as you can see, they're of a Lamborghini, which my favorite car.